Thank you, Preeti. Good morning to all. And welcome to one and all for the participants who are in this program. So, CA webinar on Kaizen practice from Honeywell ECC Chennai. As Preeti was introducing myself, so I'll just move on to next slide. So, as a practice of presentations, we would like the presentation to start with a spacer. Spacer is nothing but S stands for safety. Hope everyone aware that today is World Earth Day. So, being part of Earth, we should just take a myth of reduce, reuse, recycle, restore, and replenish on whatever we use on a day-to-day activity. So, the purpose of this webinar is to share the Kaizen practices what we follow in our site. Agenda is the presentation with question and answers. So we'll discuss the detailed agenda in slide number 4. Code of conduct, feel free to ask questions as we proceed. Expectations, provide feedback for us, which will also improve our continuous improvement journey. So roles, I am the presenter. So I represent a company called Honeywell. Honeywell is a strong believer of safety. So we are building a world that's safer and more secure, more comfortable and energy efficient, more innovative and productive. So this is the high level vision of Honeywell. Just to discuss about the agenda, spacer we already seen. So I'll just move forward with the Honeywell corporate profile, Honeywell introduction to our plant, what is all about Honeywell operating system, and the journey of our plant towards Honeywell operating system, Kaizen process at our site, and also Kaizen training models, Kaizen and communications, Kaizen and employee engagement, benefits of Kaizen in our internal and external participation recognitions, Kaizen engines, way forward with the question and answers. Who is Honeywell? Honeywell is a great business with great position in all good industries. We have 4 divisions of Honeywell, standing up with automation and control systems, aerospace, transportation systems, performance materials, and technology. Overall, Honeywell is a highly diversified, technology-driven industrial company. In terms of technology and innovations, we have more than 21,600 technologists worldwide and 116 research and engineering facilities with 34,000 patents granted or pending. So we have in the field of developing solutions for all over the world toughest challenges. So in terms of sustainable opportunities, we have 30% reduction in our greenhouse gas emissions, 20% increase in our energy efficiency, 100% better safety record that our industry averages. So overall, it's a safe place to work. So in terms of performance, we are improving from 30 to 39 billion from 2009 to 2013 with a significant margin rate of 16.3% in 2013 and increasing the share of 249 is 104. So Honeywell is delivered overall the past 5 years outperforming and evolving in a slow growth global economy. So in terms of businesses, we have 4 businesses as we have earlier seen. One is aerospace, automation and control solutions, performance materials and technologies, transportation systems. So we fall under the category of automation and control solutions. Within automation and control solutions, we are under the business of environmental and combustion controls. So our products and solutions give customers the ability to capture more and better data faster and across a wireless landscape, improve productivity, safety and security, drive better decision making and reduce cost. We are working 150 million homes, 10 million buildings, 5,000 industrial facilities, and hundreds of gas and electrical utilities worldwide. So we have our technologies, solutions, and services in all the fields of home appliances. So to summarize, great position in good industries, you can see the examples of all the products whatever we manufacture across the world, which is impacting the energy efficiency, clean energy generation, safety and security, expanding global wealth per capita and customer productivity. So as part of CSR, we have been incorporated in many activities like housing and shelter, family safety and security, science and maths, where we initiate the annual educator space academy. We will invite teachers from the annual employees school, and then we will take them to US for training on science and maths technologies. In terms of humanitarian relief, we also participate in the earthquake, contribute for tsunamis in Japan earthquake in China and Haiti, and flooding in Calgary. Habitat and conversations, we also participate in giving gift to the people who are talented in teachers. So CSR is very strong for Honeywell as an enabler. So coming back to us, ACS ECC India Chennai site. We located in Chennai, Tamil Nadu state in India, and we got the awards of HOS bronze in December 2009, silver in 2012, and we have been environmental systems like ISO 14000 and OSHA 17000. Also, we have got ISO 9000 2008. Recently, we also got Government of India Best Exporter Award. Site overview, an export-oriented unit and intercompany business. So we have electromechanical assembly for exports and domestic businesses. We have processes like plastic injection molding, electromechanical assembly with a revenue of 4 million, with an headcount of 82 employees, factory facilities 50,000 square feet covered, and 1,36,000 square feet uncovered areas. Product we manufacture are chains, pushers, industrial plugs and sockets, sensors, electrical dimmers and transformers. And we do 95% of manufactured products from Chennai site to export, and we only cascade 5% to domestic market. Our major customers are Europe, Middle East, Asia Pac, USA, and domestic India markets like sensors. In terms of core processes, we have injection molding as core process aligned with electromechanical assemblies, and we have also got a NABL certified test center. All the lines have been fully automized in mold shop and with all the established lean cells in assembly shop. So in terms of operating model, we have a specialized operating model called Honeywell operating model, where we have triggered the process from management systems. We have formed 5 years plan called STRAP with a 1 year plan called annual operating plan with MRR for the people to ensure that right skills in place. With 5 initiatives and 12 behaviors, we also have processes like order to cash, new product introduction, commercial management, product and customer support, supply based management, support processes. All these business processes are driven to enablers called HOS, Honeywell Operating System, with Honeywell User Experience, along with velocity product development and functional transformation. The strong foundation for this management system is Six Sigma, Lean, and cycle time. So what is all about Honeywell Operating System? Honeywell Operating System is nothing but a integrated system built on Six Sigma foundation, which is driving towards sustainable safety, quality, delivery, cost, and inventory for improving our operations. So it's also combined with the Lean and Six Sigma tools, which ensures 5 years standardized work, rapid problem solving, continuous improvement through employee engagement, where Kaizen plays a key role. Organization development, focus and ensures sustainability, makes us a better competitor, so we win more businesses, which is critical to helping us stay ahead of our competition. So the Honeywell operating system is driving the businesses to have a robust system to build a 20-year competitive advantage. So you can ask about a question called why HOS the case for change? Because global economy, intensifying competition, increasing customer demands, need for higher skills, continual learning, competition embracing similar systems, battle for lower cost, no single Honeywell way to run operations. So the important initiative of this is we want all the Honeywell facilities to have a common approach called Honeywell operating system. Because the bar is constantly rising, we must continually improve to win our market. So how Kaizen plays a key role in HOS? So in terms of HOS, we have different phases, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beyond 5, we have bronze, silver and gold. In terms of Kaizen, we start the Kaizen in phase 2, which is baseline and planning. So we have a process of detailed Kaizen analysis in our system to ensure this continuous improvement process at our site. So in terms of journey, when we started the journey, because you people are, I think, aware of that Honeywell, but we have been very pioneer in terms of MK Electric India Limited, which was a 25 years old organization where we follow opportunity for improvement as one of the initiative. So after Honeywell takeover in 2005, we started adopting the Honeywell operating system, and we started our foundation in 2007 with a full-scale deployment. Following towards phase 1 and phase 2 exits in 2008, and in 2009 we also achieved bronze, and in 2012 we achieved silver. So now we are moving forward to silver excellence, which is going to help us for moving towards to gold. So the initiative is to ensure the search of excellence to move forward our manufacturing facility as a world class. So coming back to our webinar topic on what is all about Kaizen, just a recap to all. Kaizen, everybody know about very well. Kaizen is a Japanese word that means Kaizen, a change or the action to correct, and Zen is for good. So Kaizen is nothing but change for good. So how Honeywell operating system is incorporating Kaizen is the notion of Kaizen and continuous improvement within Honeywell operating system is a mindset that strives for better everyday culture. It is also focusing both on tools and culture. Kaizen can be derived for any level at any time. Every business success depends on maturity of Kaizen and continuously improving our processes. So in Honeywell operating system, Kaizen is one of the important tool where business believes that change is required for all processes, which will embed the improvement in the process for improving the productivity, improving the space, improving the fires, so improving for impacting all the business requirement. So Kaizen is one of the important tool. So in terms of Honeywell operating system, Kaizen and continuous improvement is a central to our operating system, as I was telling earlier. So continuous improvement is nothing but better every day. So Kaizen is continuous improvement, the constant pursuit of true north. So we focus on safest way, highest quality, shortest read time, lowest cost, which is the major requirement of any customer if you buy any products. So make Kaizen a part of every job. What is all about notion of continuous improvement? If you see why Kaizens will eliminate waste, identifies the next constraint, returns to the standard condition, drives improvement, can improve flow. It also enables us to just in time, increases performance, involves all employees. This is the very important factor when a business needs to be a successful Kaizen culture. Employees are the key. So we need to learn, practice and reflect the improvements. So what is all about true north? Moving forward with maintaining and improving the standards with continuous improvement is the true north. So it is moving forward towards upwards on what we do. So standard based improvement, just an example. So earlier days we used to do Kaizens. Definitely everyone will be engaged. Continuous improvement, it will be definitely more quick and incremental, eliminate waste. Everybody knows about this process. But what happens after a long time? When we do any Kaizens, if you see the graph, it is moving towards up and down, because we have not followed the process of standardization in terms of Kaizen. So after the HOS operating systems, standardized work is the key for success. So whenever we do Kaizen, we will change all the standards and ensure the Kaizen is sustained and improved. Then we move forward to the next Kaizen. So this is the key success of improvement from step by step in terms of building a standardized sequence, building to the customer demand, and enables performance improvement continuously. So constantly we need to reinforce through leadership standards first. See, this process is very important to ensure that each Kaizen is sustained in the factory. So when we go and see if the employee is completed the Kaizen, what is the control plan? He has to sustain the improvement. That is very important. Is the communication flown through the all department, overall site, ensuring that this Kaizen has been improved? Because for an example, if a Kaizen was done first shift and the communication is not happening in second shift, so the improvement will not sustain. It will go back to the original position. So the standardization, communication is the key for success of any Kaizen. So in Kaizen implementation, standardized work is the key tool which will ensure the incremental changes are sustained. So just to ask a question, when to do a Kaizen? If there is a need of enhancing customer satisfaction, yes, definitely required. If you want to improve your safety, ergonomics or product quality, reduce cycle time or cost, introduction of a new product, specification or equipment, quickly solve capacity issues, implement or improve 5S and visual controls, improve procedures, increase cross-functional training, improve communication, implement decision rules. So to summarize, definitely Kaizen needs are always exist. Kaizen can be used at all the time. So what is the process we follow in terms of continuous improvement? See, when an improvement opportunity is observed, it may be a person, it may be a support person, it may be a leader, it may be a customer. Determine the improvement possibilities. Compare to the current state, what is the standard at the moment? And if you feel the improvement is yes, go to the feasibility, incorporate as the new change, and when you do the change, you need to definitely change the documents as the standard, change all the working sessions. If any policy or procedure need to be changed, please go ahead, train and communicate. This is very important. You need to communicate and train other people to understand what is the change and which will help us to sustain the change. And frequently you need to check. It's like a process of plan, do, check, act. So when you check the audit adherence is to ensure that the process is sustained or the improvement what we did is not sustained. So if you are not done, keep looking and repeat the process. So every person, every day, always chasing for shortest lead time, highest quality, lowest cost, and best safety, whatever we manufacture. What is the spirit of Kaizen? This is discard old attitudes. Think of ways to make the new ideas work. Don't say we can't. Definitely there is a scope for improvement for next step. Don't require perfection. An immediate 50% improvement is okay. Don't substitute money for brains. Correct problems immediately. Ask why 5 times. Very important is when you find a problem, ask why. So that you will get a better Kaizen, a better idea. First to bring back the standard or to improve the standard. Improvement is made at the workplace, not from the office. Ideas from more people is better always, especially if the people are closer to the problem. There are no limits to improvements, definitely. It is vital that how leadership sets an example and are actively involved in the process. Just to illustrate a simple 8-step process for Kaizen. First, you identify the opportunity. Form a team. It depends on the Kaizen what you identify. If it is a simple, no need of team. If it is a big Kaizen, we need to form a team. Determine the improvement objectives. Determine the schedule. Understand the current state and determine root cause. Develop improvement ideas. Implement and standardize. Summarize and presentation. See, very important is presentation. When we do any improvement, you need to communicate. What is the improvement? How the improvement is made? What is the lesson learned? What is the improvement? So knowledge sharing, this is very important because one area a problem occurs and you might have find a fantastic solution through a Kaizen, but the same problem may occur in the factory in other area where the team is struggling without the solution. So knowledge sharing is very important to make others' life easy. At the same time, we can go for next step. The simple process steps for Kaizen, what we follow in our site. We have a Kaizen form which was printed on front and back. So we have steps to follow the Kaizen to fill up the forms, which will make everybody's life easy. So the process is, once a Kaizen is identified, employee can pick up the form and he can easily fill the Kaizen in the local language because the form is available in both the languages. Then he will immediately hand over the Kaizen to the supervisor, immediate supervisor. Immediate supervisor will review the Kaizen. If the Kaizen is done by the department or by him, he will immediately approve or reject based on the idea and the benefit and the impact of the Kaizen. Then the implementation will happen within the certain period time, and then it gets communicated in the next day their meeting. That is the simple process. If the Kaizen needs support functionals contribution, the Kaizen will be discussed in the next day morning meeting, and then the Kaizen will be handed over to the particular department owners by assigning the date of completion of Kaizen. And we also do a acknowledgement of Kaizens by giving the acknowledgement slip to the employees saying that thank you for your Kaizen, and this is very much appreciated to make the people motivation and improve the number of Kaizen in the next level. So once Kaizen is implemented, sectional leaders must be the sole responsible for sustenance, and also sectional leaders should cooperate and supposed to show the evidences of Kaizen during Kaizen audit in Gemba leadership team. See, very important is whenever you do any Kaizens, any leadership came to a department, you can share the best practices. This is the recent improvement we made. This is the benefit of the Kaizen, so that the team will be feeling proud that this is my contribution, and the contribution is shared to the leadership team, and leadership is appreciating the Kaizen. So if the Kaizen is not happen as per the schedule, what will happen? So then the next process is called Kaizen escalation. So which will go to the implementation team. We have a formal Kaizen steering committee where we will meet once in a week and then do the Kaizen reviews, which are all pending for implementation, and the ownership is assigned based on the Kaizen. It may be for IT, it may be for facilities, it may be for molding, it may be for the department. So based on that, Kaizen committee will also follow up for the dates of commitment for completing the Kaizen. Then the communication will go back to the employee saying that this is the reason your Kaizen is put on hold. So team is working on that so that the employee should not get demotivated and for the Kaizen what he raised for holding for more than the lead time. So this is the process we have in our site in terms of Kaizen implementation. So how we track the Kaizen? See, very important is every employee who has raised the Kaizen should know in what stage the Kaizen is. So we have a centralized board in the factory to ensure that whatever Kaizen you raised, the Kaizens are in to-do list or doing list or done list, so that the employee can easily pick up and say that my Kaizen is under doing, my Kaizen is under so done. So he may feel proud that my Kaizen is completed, so I will get the rewards. At the same time, I am responsible for sharing the best practices to other departments. So once the owner is committed, the target dates will be moved to doing, then it moves to done. So once the Kaizen is done, it will be recorded in the employee's name for the reward and recognition. So how we prioritize? See, many sites struggle on implementation. So rising is very easy. How fast we get implementation is very important. So how we implementation is speeding up is we do the prioritization grid, like high benefit, easy to do, which falls under the priority one because it is very easy and it is also giving high benefit to the organization. Easy to do, low benefit, we feel definitely it can be also implemented very easily. Even though low benefit, we can give priority 2 for implementing. In terms of priority 3, difficult to but definitely high benefit. So what we do is we'll split the Kaizen. If it is a big Kaizen, we'll break down the Kaizens into smaller Kaizens, so that more number of Kaizens will also be generated. At the same time, we address the Kaizen for implementation. So our priority 3 is depending on the Kaizen difficulty and the benefit. So it moves to priority. Our objective is to move this Kaizen to priority 1 and get easily implemented. And priority 4, low benefit, difficult to do, will park the Kaizens based on the budget approval, based on the Kaizen, based on the impact, based on the process of implementation, we'll just pass this and then we'll just implement it. So we have a standard lead time of implementing the priority 1 Kaizen within a week time, priority 2 1 to 10 days. As I told you, priority 3 we need to break down the Kaizens into smaller Kaizens based on the benefit and the difficulty do, and fourth is based on the approval we'll do it. So we also evolved a process of process owners who drives the implementation part of Kaizen topics, because we can't rely on everybody. We want to do this. So we want each and every leadership team as well as the Kaizen steering committee team will ensure the ownership of implementation. Okay, through like example HS related, all HS leader will follow. Quality related, quality team will follow. So maintenance will follow. So we want to make the accountability to drive the Kaizen implementation much faster than the RISE, because we in our side we measure only the Kaizen implementation numbers, not the RISE numbers, because we want whatever RISE needs to be implemented as early as possible, so that the benefit will go to the organization as well as the motivation will go to the employees. So whenever we go for implementation process, definitely few sites will struggle for implementation speed up. So we also evolved a standard procedure for gearing up the implementation procedure. So we have special reviews on weekly basis. Once in a week, department and sectional leaders will meet and to understand what are all the pending cases with the particular department, and will provide the support whatever is required for the team by allotting time as well as the budget. So we also create a visible RILE actions. RILE is nothing but rolling action item list, which will ensure that department leaders own the accountability on each case with date as well as the lead time. So we can directly go and see each department sectional boards where they have the ownership of implementing so and so cases in the so and so date with the budget approved. So we also link the same as part of LSW. LSW is nothing but leadership standardized work, which ensures the contribution of what they are supposed to deliver on a particular day or a week or a month or on quarterly basis and yearly basis, in which we will also incorporate case and implementation as part, so that the accountability lies with the department leaders as well as the steering committee to ensure the implementation speed up. Another area where we felt to make accountability more is linking the implementation as part of HPD. HPD, I think many people not aware, it is annual performance development. Okay, this is really linked with the increment, so it is really directly linked with the money. So people will get more accountability by driving a project of implementation percentage. For example, everybody should implement 80% of Kaizens to have at standard. So 100% is the excellence. So by doing this, we are also engaging the sectional leaders and also making them more accountable for closing their team members' Kaizens. Very important is how we help employees to make better. So this is another area where we are focusing to improve them. And we also reward the highest implemented individuals. See, very important is motivation and encouragement makes wonders. So we want everybody to participate in the Kaizen, at the same time get their Kaizens implemented, and also the reward the implemented employees. Also we have monthly Hall of Fame. HOS Thank Card is nothing but a positive recognition to the sectional leaders. And also we have reward the highest department, which is coming under Bravo, which is another reward and recognitions what we have in our site. Share the best practices. Very important is how we communicate. So every day we have clear meetings where the people will communicate about the Kaizens. So visual trackers for number of Kaizens pending in service department, so that the team will get more accountable. So one way we are following all about the Kaizens on day-to-day activity. But we have another process called Kaizen events. So how we make employee engagement more. So we have a calendar of Kaizen events, what will be done across the site. We will have a plan established early in the years, and then with the consensus of all the department leaders to have a theme of, for example, this year we have a theme of reducing the space, optimizing the cost, improving the productivity. So these are the three themes under which each department leaders will create their own plan on which month they are supposed to do their Kaizen blitz in their particular area for improving and achieving these three themes of the year. So how a event will be done? An area is selected, detailed pre-planning data gathering is happens. We form a team, cross-functional team with all the respective department employees as well as facilitators. We also work together to implement improvements or developing a future vision. As I rightly told, our vision is to improve the space, optimizing the resources and improving the productivity. So teaming and buy-in are natural byproduct of a Kaizen event. Waste is identified and eliminated during the workshop. Use intensity rather than money. Simulation and brainstorming. A series of hits, not necessarily home run. See, very important is when we done this event, we will also make the team to participate in the presentations, and then they will also complete the before and after presentation. They will also do the presentation in front of team leaders, and also the benefit will be shared with the site leadership team. So we also come up with the action plan from the event saying that this is the improvement we done, this is the next steps moving forward for improving the areas constantly for the status to improve the performance. So this is purely a teamwork. This involves more employee engagement, and this motivates the team to learn, at the same time participate, at the same time improve their own area, at the same time to contribute for the organization growth in terms of achieving the metrics, in terms of also achieving the objectives of the event. So this is another area where we were being very strong, and we will be providing time weekly 1 hour for the employees to go on research on this particular Kaizens, and also form a team, and they will work as a team and use all the tools. Very important is how much of tools they are incorporating, like Six Sigma tools like RPS, control plans, YY analysis, and also they will do some mock presentations with the team, live demonstrations with the leadership team, and leaders will also encourage moving forward in terms of Gemba walk. When we go for a Gemba walk, we'll go and see what is the progress in terms of Kaizen events, what is happening, what kind of support we want, and leadership will also work together to ensure that these events are becoming successful, because this is very important events for any business in Honeywell. Being a Honeywell site, we need to drive all these kind of Kaizen employee engagement as a prime organizational design development requirements for making employee engagement as a key success for the business. So very important is how to find out the Kaizen for employees. So Kaizen hunt. So we have standard training models in annual operating systems where we give training to the employees, make them to understand what is all about Kaizen, how we can find the opportunity of Kaizen, because all know that 100% of employee participation is the key for success. So how to make 100% participation? Very important is what is the awareness we are creating, what is the key training and learning process we have, and how we are making people better in terms of conceptual understanding of the process, how we create the process very easy for them to understand and then contribute for the business. So we created this special topic called Kaizen Hunt. It's nothing but we identified there are 23 ways to generate Kaizen easily, because for an employee level, few may be uneducated employees in our site. So we want them to also participate in the Kaizen program. So we make this kind of simple Kaizen training for the team to understand better how we can be able to rise the Kaizen and implement the Kaizen. So we do whole training for the whole employees in a classroom or in a town hall meeting or in a on-job training. So and we call these training programs as We Care. So the program himself says that we are caring for you and also making them to contribute for the business for improving the performance. So we'll just see about what are all 23 ways. So first is Kaizen from 7 waste. So everybody was aware of lean waste. Dot WIMP is the easiest way to understand. Defects, overproduction, transportation, waiting, excessive inventory, excessive motion, excessive processing. So whatever they do, whatever activity they do, they first need to understand what are all the ways in terms of lean in their process. Is there any opportunity for them to raise a Kaizen to reduce the waste or improve the overproductions, reduce the transportation? And these are all the 7 type of waste also leading them to raise a Kaizen and implement the Kaizen. If you move on to 8, Kaizen from 5 years blitz. So similarly, we do Kaizen blitz as well as 5 years blitz, taking before photos of 5 years areas, do the improvement, compare before and after, standardized area using ideal condition tools, count the number of before and after and consider as a Kaizen, because every improvement we count as a Kaizen. Okay, this is another area where people can easily find out and contribute for Kaizen. So Kaizen from near miss. So near miss is nothing but HSE. In health, safety and environment, we have a process called near miss, which is supposed to create an accident. So we identify those and also give an idea to prevent and eliminate near miss, because if it might have happened, so definitely a big accident and it may be reported as a safety incident. So these kind of ideas can be generated through near miss. So and record it as a Kaizen. Also similarly, we have HSE. We also have a quality miss process where they can identify quality problems during the production or during the incoming inspection or during the elimination of quality wastes, and suggesting okay ecosystems like mistake proofing systems through a Kaizen, where they can also easily raise the Kaizen. So 11th is nothing but Kaizen from visual management. So we have many levels of visuals, how we can improve an area. So visuals should be powerful, which should be just for sharing the information or share standards of site, build a standard into the workplace, warn about abnormalities, build the alarm, stop abnormalities, prevent abnormalities. So these are all 6 levels of visual where we can able to raise a Kaizen, how we can improve the visuals for making people better, at the same time drives caution, at the same time drives action to improve the area. 17, horizontal deployed Kaizen. So maybe, as I rightly told, one department may be good in Kaizen, maybe other department may not be good in the Kaizen. So we need to share the best practices and make them to adopt the similar principles to ensure the Kaizen is done. So suggest the Kaizens whatever we do to other areas of the site. For example, if a small safety guard is provided in one of the machines in one area, which can be extended to other areas, similar machineries may be there, similar production may be there, so people may be struggling. To avoid this kind of problems, we can extend the Kaizen. Kaizen from Gambok, this is another powerful area. So when leadership team or when you walk around a site or a department or a session, you need to see the UDO. UDO is nothing but undesirable observations. Suggest ideas to kill the undesirable observations. Convert those ideas into Kaizen. Standardize the UDOs through Kaizen. So this is another area where we can raise Kaizen. And Kaizen from coaching and auditing. See, very important is when we do coaching, and I think everybody are aware of coaching. The coaching is nothing but making the person to understand and come out with suggestions by their own. So I would like to give a small example. If an hungry person, if you provide a fish for a hungry person, he can only serve for a day. But if you can teach the how to fish, so you can just make him to serve for his life. So just an example of coaching. So similarly, when we do coaching, we need to make people understand and then make them to come up with suggestion on their own by creating the process in place. So as per your LSW, conduct coaching and auditing, convert the coaching outcome and suggestion into ideas. So whenever we do coaching, there will be outcome of the coaching. Those can be converted into Kaizens, which is going to improve the particular employee's performance in a different way. So Kaizen from RC, RPS, when we have any problems, we need to find a root cause analysis and the rapid problem solving. Whenever we do RCA, definitely there will be action plans coming out. Those may be also raised as a Kaizens, which will also help people to improve the performance of the particular process. So Kaizen from 8D investigation, all were aware of 8D process, and from the outcome of 8D, we can also convert them into Kaizens. Kaizen from process improvement, any process improvement can be converted into Kaizens. Example, ERP, software process improvement, LCA, etc. So using Six Sigma, this is another very important tool. Process improvement using Six Sigma tools can be considered as Kaizen, because for example, if you use tools like VSM, control chart, standardized work, those are going to give some ideas which can be also converted to Kaizens. So these are the 23 ways what we felt employees can easily come up with Kaizens by identifying a small improvement in the particular area. So we make people better in terms of knowledge, awareness, in terms of how to find out a Kaizen, and make employee engagement 100% across the site to ensure all is contributing for Kaizen implementation. So in terms of process, how we follow is we have a daily accountability process wherein employees will meet the direct supervisor first beginning of the day and discuss about what are all the Kaizens raised in the yesterday. So they will each employee, each department has their own employee list with the target of Kaizens. So we have a target of 2 Kaizen per employee implemented per month. That is the Kaizen target for our site, because being HOS Honeywell silver site, we need to demonstrate this maturity for everybody across the site. So to adhere that and ensure that two numbers achieved, we want to make the people very clear and visible where they stand at the moment. So if my name is visible here, for example, my name is also here, site leader. So if I see my name under red, so it triggers that definitely I need to contribute. So this is a visual powerful mechanism where we review daily in the department level. So it goes from tier 1 to tier 2 to tier 3. So these employee with supervisors with support functions. This is the high level tier meetings where I lead this with the managers. So everybody has got their own Kaizen numbers as a target actual with the visual trigger, so that this will make people accountable. At the same time, leadership attention will be there to make ensure that what kind of support we need to provide for ensuring the numbers to be turning into green. So this is another area where we are very strong daily meetings, which employees are really satisfied with the performance. At the same time, we can also ensure that this process is also helping them to improve the performance in terms of assessment, assignment, accountability, and coaching. So once move on from daily communication, what we do on monthly. So monthly we circulate a Kaizen newsletter comprising of what is the status of individuals to ensure that how much they raised, how much they implemented. So if somebody feels red here, so they need to be focused and we need to discuss them for ensuring them to turn into green. So what kind of support they want, how they can improve the process, how they can get improvement. Maybe you can see raised is good, but implementation is little low. So this area we need to focus and improve on further. So also we have HOS newsletters where we have monthly communications for employees to understand the progress of the site. At the same time, best Kaizen of the month will be displayed here. So whenever an employee sees his photo, they will feel very proud and they feel all my photos should be there in the upcoming newsletters. So this is the motivation for the employees to make them to contribute in the Kaizen process. So the summary is we need to communicate to understand where they stand today and what they need to do for improving and achieving the targets of particular individuals, which will help to achieve the target of the site. So we also have best practices sharing displays at all over the departments, and also we have Kaizen storyboards at our site for best practices. Kaizens shared across the site will be displayed there. So any employee can walk around and then see what are the recent Kaizens implemented in which department, what is the benefit in terms of output, in terms of delivery, in terms of safety, in terms of cost, in terms of quality improvements happen in particular Kaizens, and they can also adopt these Kaizen ideas as horizontal deployment, and which is one of the knowledge sharing process what we have inside. So we also have knowledge sharing a single point lesson. So this is nothing but a simple illustration of Kaizen process to make people better understanding of the Kaizen in the site. So knowledge sharing is very important across the site, at the same time outside of the site. So this will embed the horizontal deployment of Kaizen across the department as well as the site. So how we do reward and recognitions for the employees? So we have monthly Hall of Fame, number of Kaizens prized, top 3. So 1, 2, 3 will be awarded as Hall of Fame. So top 3, number of Kaizen implemented employees. So what we'll do, this is the monthly reward recognition for the team. So rewards will be given at the end of the year. So we also have best Kaizen of the month, March, with the benefits, with the name, make people better to understand what is the Kaizen we did before and after, with the clear pictures, with what is the problem, what is the Kaizen, what is the benefits. So monthly we select top 3 Kaizens and then we just display in the Kaizen corner storyboard, so that communication is very clear, and also other employees will get motivated for their pictures to be in the Kaizen storyboard. So these people are really happy with the displays, because everybody wants their photos to be there. This is creating a good competition across the site. So as I told, 3 best Kaizens of the month will be displayed there. So this is another area where we do reward and recognitions. Once in a year, we do the reward and recognition for the team who has contributed for highest Kaizen of the year. So highest Kaizen of 2013 is these 3 people. So even though we have a target of 2 per employee per month implemented, which comes around 24 Kaizens, they can able to meet the target, but still they have been contributing for delivering 89 Kaizen, 79 Kaizen, 61 Kaizen, which is showing the employee engagement and also showing the enthusiasm, motivation given by the leadership team for contribution towards Kaizen. So similarly, Kaizen Leadership Award from the staff members, top 3 from the staff members. We want to motivate the team members to encourage the Kaizen culture, so we separate employees and staff members separately. We give Kaizen implementation. Kaizen Support Award, see, very important is rising Kaizen is very easy. So implementation is very difficult. So we also track which department is supporting for implementing more Kaizens across the site, and then we motivate them because we want their support for more implementation in future. So we also motivate the departments who is supporting on more implementation of Kaizens. We have last time tooling as one of the department. At the same time, utilities is one of the department who was supported for implementing major Kaizens across the site. So this made them also very proud, saying that I am contributing for site improvement. At the same time, I've been learning from the implementation Kaizens. So another area where we reward and recognize the employees is best implemented Kaizen. So throughout the year, we will be analyzing the Kaizens raised from across the site. So we will select the best Kaizen of the year. So we got 3 people best Kaizen of the year. This will also encourage them to contribute more. There are some criteria for evaluating this, which Kaizen steering team will take care of the evaluations criteria. So best productivity implemented Kaizens, again we will reward. So another reward we will give is team from different departments will participate in CII Kaizen competitions. Those will be named as HOS Brilliance team in our site, because even in spite of many teams participating across the site, these are the team members have been selected and then gone to CII and presented and then get the awards. So we call them as HOS Brilliance team. Those team members will be the mentors and coach for other team members. So they have the expertise and knowledge and also know the techniques of how the Kaizens are implemented. So they will be the mentor, coach, and for the other team members. So these are the team members last year participated in Kaizens and won the awards for us. This another team, 2 teams participated and win the award. So we got the 3rd prize in the Kaizen competition last year. See, another area is we also need to encourage the department, okay, leadership, which is contributing highest Kaizen of the site. So what we thought is even though we have a target of 2, if you see the utilities department, which has contributed for 3.95 Kaizens per day per month implemented across the year. So they got the HOS Team Leadership Award for the best Kaizen implemented, highest Kaizen implemented department. So they are the champions at the moment for the site. So these things are building more competition across our site. That is the culture what we are building across our site to embed the Kaizen and continuous improvement process for improving the business performance. So, do we have a process of Kaizen reward and recognition? Yes, definitely we have a guidelines of reward and recognitions, how we do. So we are also having a standard process. Recognize the associates who have contributed for Kaizen ideas, definitely. We also have team Kaizens and also individual Kaizens will be rewarded with gift vouchers. And we also have a Kaizen R&R calendar to Jan to December. So we do reward and recognition on a quarterly basis only for the implemented Kaizens and not for the ideas generated here. So this is the process we have. We call it as bronze Kaizen star, silver Kaizen star, and gold Kaizen stars, and team Kaizen stars. So number of Kaizens 1 to 10 implemented. For each Kaizen we give 50 rupees, and whenever employee done 10 Kaizen in a quarter, they will get a 500 rupees voucher, gift voucher. And if somebody is crossing towards 11 to 25, the Kaizen value will be increased from 50 to 75. And if somebody is going to increase 26 to 50, the value will be increased to 100. So maximum an employee can get, if they implement 50 Kaizens, 2,400 rupees worth of gift voucher per quarter. Every 3 months we do this. So and also we give gift vouchers and Kaizen star certificates. We have a certificate for individual categories. I will just share with in a moment. And the best individual Kaizens of the month, which I am showing, is 3 Kaizens we select as best Kaizen of the month. Will goes to another award. Not only this Kaizen award, it goes to Bravo. Bravo is nothing but we have another categories of awards like Bravo Bronze, Bravo Silver, Bravo Gold, which is all about one Kaizen. Bronze is 1,000 rupees, Silver is 5,000 rupees, Gold is 25,000 rupees. So Bravo is a much better advanced reward and recognitions for the best Kaizens. Is based on the criteria if they meet on the benefit which they get to the site. And the best team Kaizen of the quarter can be nominated for team recognition. Also, it's another reward and recognition. So, site leader and the plant manager who will recommend the nominations, and it needs to get approved by functional heads for the Bravo certifications. So, we also have another excess award of rupees 100 for Kaizen will be awarded if the Kaizen numbers goes beyond 50. So, this is a robust system. Even though we never thought about money is a matter, we want the employees to get motivated, and then the contribution to the business is very high, and then they need to build the culture of Kaizen as a day-to-day life, and also it's the power of which maturity of the Kaizen culture across our site. This is not only a matter of money, so we want only the embedment of culture across the site. So another process is continuation. What we do is for each implemented Kaizens, an operation certificate, as I told you, handed over to the concerned employees star certificate, which will happen in the town hall meetings. And we also have top 3 Kaizens recognized by the managing director in our business in focus. So we also have Kaizen conventions, as CII is organizing Kaizens. We will also organize Kaizen conventions across our department within the site, and the top 3 winners will be given the awards. So we also have HOS newsletters, which I was shared earlier to understand who are all the employees got the awards in the quarters. So this is the certificates. So whenever any employee got bronze, he will get the certificate of this saying that 10 implemented cases he got, silver 25 and gold 50. So along with the voucher, gift voucher, each and employee will get this based on the category they fall, which is signed by purely myself, site leader, so which they feel really proud about getting the contributions through a certificate in front of all employees in a town hall meeting. So what are all the other reward and recognition process we have in site? As I told you, Kaizen program is one of the reward and recognitions. We also have Bravo as one of the reward and recognitions. We also have HSC rewards, HOS thank you card, HOS quiz program, HOS practices linked with reward organizations. So very important is highest Kaizen rise per year, highest Kaizen implemented per year, highest implemented Kaizens, and we also link this Kaizen process in their incentive scheme. See, very employee SPRP is nothing but stretch performance reward plan, which is exclusively for employees. So number of Kaizens raised and implemented. So they have a target of 35, which is beyond the expectation of 2 per month per implemented. So if somebody is achieving more than 35, their incentive scheme also will get increased and they will earn more. The only intention of this is linking this to incentive scheme is you want the employees to earn more and also provide opportunity for them to contribute in Kaizen. And employee encouragement definitely drives change. You can see many leaders coming towards our site. We will ask them to give the certificate and over the certificates to their team members so that they feel proud about receiving the certificates through a high leadership team. So reward and recognition is one of the strongest process what we have in site, just for motivation and encouraging the team, at the same time make them to participate and contribute in the Kaizen culture. So in terms of Kaizen internal and external participation, how we do daily Kaizen sharing in tier meetings, as I was sharing the accountability process every day. Previous day Kaizen will be shared in the next day as a best practice, and then it will be embedding the people to deploy the Kaizens horizontally across other departments. So we have our ACS level India knowledge sharing for Kaizen approach. Being a expertise site, we have been sharing the Kaizen approach to our other ACS India sites. We have almost more than 30 sites across in India, for which we share the Kaizen approach across the India team. And we also have Asia Pac competitions. Similarly, CII is conducting competitions. Our own business in Asia Pac, we have around 50 sites across the Asia Pac. Across the 50 sites, we will be having the intra competitions in Kaizen once in a quarter, once in 3 months this happens. And we also won the recent consecutively 2 Kaizen competition awards, first place in Asia Pacific. And we also share this across ACS worldwide. Globally, we share this as a knowledge sharing, and also best practices sharing as part of leadership visit. So very important is whenever any leaders visit from other countries to our site, we will take them to the shop floor, and we create an opportunity for the employees to share their Kaizens to the leaders, so that they will just feel proud. At the same time, leadership will understand what kind of improvements focused in the Chennai site. So other annual sites visits. So we also take people to other sites. At the same time, we will also encourage other annual site employees to come and visit our site to understand the process what we have embedded and the maturity of the Kaizen process in the site. Monthly Kaizen presentation. We have a steering committee, and we will provide opportunity for the departments as a schedule wise to make them to participate in the monthly steering committee and then present the steering Kaizens, best Kaizens to the team. So we have weekly small group activities review within departments to understand what kind of simple Kaizens implemented with the benefits. As I told you, Kaizen Blitz events also we have scheduled for Kaizen Blitz events. Another area is best practice sharing during site leadership Gemba on weekly. So as a plant manager, I used to go for a site walk on weekly basis on Saturdays, only on specifically topic on Kaizen. So our team is to understand the number of cases raised per department and to also ensure the sustenance of the cases which are raised previously. And our focus is to ensure that team is getting enough support, and also will give special focus on discussing with the employees to understand whether they are getting the case and implement as per the committed date, and also what kind of budget support they want. So it's just a review on process of Kaizen, and also understanding the requirements of support what we want to give to the employees. In terms of external, we have been participating continuously in CII competitions and then winning the awards. Hope we will aim for first place this year as well. Best practices sharing on site visits, Kaizen sharing with education institutions. We also invite education institution team students to come and visit our sites for understanding the best practices across our site. So moving forward externally, we also sharing some Kaizens with our suppliers. See, what we feel is, as a silver site, moving forward to gold, our culture should embed towards the supplier and customer, because whenever we have a strong supply based management, we will also ensure the customer delivery on time without any delays. So we want to extend our Kaizen process to suppliers. So to just summarize, to be a champion of champions in Kaizen, that is our theme. So we are working towards smartly for that. This is one of the picture attached for a recent Kaizen competition we just participated last year. So this is a standard template we created for our Asia Pac Kaizen competition. So this first quarter we had competition 2 weeks before, and this Kaizen has won the first prize across the Asia Pac competitions. So the approach is, what is the reason we raised, what is the details. So operations, action taken in terms of approach, like root cause analysis approach, YY approach, corrective action approach. When we do these Kaizens, we update all the documents like visual aids, SOS, process FMEA, control plans, process setup sheets, BOM, tool layout files. So what are the benefit in terms of Kaizen implementation? All the metrics, whatever we measure for business, it is impacted to this Kaizen. And one of the area is annual user experience. This is nothing but the human factor approach towards customers. Whatever we do improvements, is customer is going to add value for that, or is customer is going to willing to pay for that, or is customer is going to make the product or process very easy for his implementation, usage, end product usage. So this is the approach for annual user experience. So you can see the before, after. This one of the customer complaint. So we just taken up as a opportunity for improvement area, and then worked out and resolve the problem. And this has won the first place during our competition. So this is a simple template what we created to make SG activities across the site, and we select the cases which can be participated in APAC, and this is the one which we selected this time. So very important is, even though we have good process in place, we need to ensure the behavior of the people in terms of culture. So we also have annual behavior observation process. This is nothing as a survey type of questionnaires. If you see the before score in terms of Kaizen, it is 1.13. This is 2 years back, and now if you see the score has been improved to 4.13. 5 years the maximum score. So we just go and check the people. What is the Kaizen process in your area? Are you familiar with the process? Or do you have database on new status? Are we getting the right process? So we just ask these kind of questions, and then we rate it 1 to 5 scale. So based on the employee feedback, we just rate this Kaizen culture is embedded in the site or not. This happens on a monthly basis during our Gemba walk by a process leader. So leadership behavior is key to drive the changes. This behavior is starts from leader to the employee level. So we also ensure that as a culture, Kaizen is embedded in the site or not, and what kind of areas we need to focus and improve on improving the culture of the site. Yes, this was really appreciated by the employees, because we depend on employees' feedback, and then we act on the actions what they want, and then we feedback them that this is the output of the actions what you have discussed during the behavior observation process, and then ensure the process is embedded across the site. So in terms of benefit, I'm not quoting the exact cost saving benefits, which is really confidential for our site, not to share the numbers. So what is the Kaizen culture given to our site? It is really affected all the areas of the business in terms of improving the safety, performance in terms of quality, improving the delivery, reducing the cost, and reducing the inventory. So in terms of productivity increase, we have done a productivity increase, setup time reduction, yes, built-in quality improved, supervisors work enforcement done, optimizing flow through lean also done, standardized work, standard combination sheets, sustain our strategy, yes, it is also helping us sustain our strategies, strong maintenance TPM, also supported for the site. So Kaizen impacting change at all levels. So there is no area left for Kaizen to not impact it. So through this culture of Kaizen and continuous improvement, our all business metrics have been impacted, and I will share the business impact shortly, not on the cost. In terms of culture, as I told you, we started our journey in 2007 when we started measuring the performance from 2008. In terms of maturity, safety, you can see all the metrics have been impacted, 65 to 83, PPM 32 to 0, OTTR improved drastically from 97, conversion cost also reduced, DOIs also improved. The very important area is if you see the number of Kaizens raised and implemented. When we start from 2000, it was 0, and see the drastic improvement from the 2009, 477, 766,000. Now we have improved the numbers of, this is the number of only implemented, not the raised. So we want the implemented numbers to be measured, and you can see a drastic improvement happened up to 2013. Still we are progressing. Up to March we have 400 Kaizens implemented. So we can see a culture as embedded, and it is continuously improving, and it is continually improving in a great speed with all the employee participations. So we have now achieved the 2 per 2 employee per month implemented. That is the census of the site at the moment. So we keep sustaining the improvement through Kaizens. So you can see all the improvements in terms of each element, each metrics of the site. So it was drastically improved from 0.25 to 2 per employees. Through this, we also saved 3,000 square feet land from the Kaizen Blitz, where we have now going to put up a new business for growth. So Kaizen is yielding fantastic results, which was demonstrated from the growth of the continual improvement from 2008 to 2013. Still we are following the same, and all our HOS maturity enabling continuous improvement in overall site performance. So in terms of breakup, what is the contribution of Kaizen last year breakup? We see the impact is on all the areas. As I told you, the number of Kaizens raised and implemented is not only from particular area, it is impacting safety, even 5 years, cost, delivery, quality, and inventory. So we have a standard template for completing the Kaizen. Whenever any team is completed the Kaizen, they will put all this, fill all this template, and then they will just share the best practices to the other departments in this template. Just to understand the benefit of Kaizen, what is the real results yielded from this particular Kaizen, before and after pictures, what is the result impacted like safety, quality, productivity, cost saving, lean, and inventory. So we, as I told you, we are in silver certified site. We also have a control plan to ensure the culture of the silver maturity at the site. In particular control plan also, if you see, Kaizen is one of the key part. So we need to embed the Kaizen culture to sustain the HOS maturity and then also improve the same. So we have a key metrics as Kaizen as one of the tracker, and this will be tracked on monthly basis, and this will be reported to the global, and everybody can easily visibly see where the site stands in terms of global performance. So sustain through continual improvement is our proud to improve the site performance. So these are all the recent awards we won by Kaizen and Asia Pac. This is the first Kaizen win by first place in Kaizen 2011. 2013 we have the third prize. So still we are focusing on to improve this year to achieve the first place. And as I told you, recently we won the Asia Pac past experience customer Kaizen competition, first prize winner. So employee engagement is key for success. See, very important is whatever initiatives we make. Kaizen is the Kaizen success is only because of employee engagement. So as we need to drive the continual improvement process, we need to encourage and motivate the employees to do better always. And change is always required. At the same time, continual improvements, definitely scope for continuous improvement is there. So need to focus on continuous improvement on day-to-day activity. So okay, we are not finished yet. So we want to move forward and way forward. What we are going to do. So being a small site, most of our global manufacturing sites follow digitization of Kaizen process. We are also going to follow the same digitization of process to make people more clarity and better understanding of where they stand. And moving forward, when we move for gold, the target is also going to improve from 2 per employee per month implemented to 3 per employee per month implemented. This is another area where we are focusing now. And extend Kaizen leads to events to supplier end. As I was telling, the culture has to be embedded across suppliers to also make people better and also to improve the performance of the site, to improve the delivery to customers. See, what we do is to improve delivery performance on time to the customers. That is the intention of this extending the Kaizen blitz. So what we are trying to do is we go to supplier end. We will facilitate the session of Kaizen events. We will train the suppliers. We will also do Kaizen events at supplier, and also this is one of the goal initiative of moving Kaizen beyond the factory walls. More best practice sharing visits always required to move forward for continuous improvement. Sharing should be always there. Continuous improvement should be always there. There will be always scope for improving the current scenario. So moving forward, we want to involve more employee engagement through more number of SGS activities performance in the site. And also we want to continue to participate in external events like CII and Asia Pac events. In the global Kaizen events also we want to participate. So continue to be a world-class manufacturer. That is our motive of this Kaizen continual process. So with this, I want to close this presentation. Thank you for listening, and thank you for CII to providing the opportunity for me to come and present here. And thanks to our annual leadership team and also our team members for preparing this presentation with the real experience. And also thanks for the participation, for active listening. And now it's time for you to give the feedback, either positive or negative. I'm fine. And questions, and question and followed by question and answers, which will definitely help our site to improve the Kaizen maturity of our site. So thank you so much, and I will hand over to Preeti for question and answers.
Participants, I request you to kindly type down your questions so that Mr. R. Satyanarayanan would be able to answer all your queries.
Can you get this? Okay, thanks. I am receiving some questions. I'll just like to answer one of the question starting from Dhanan H. HPD is nothing but annual performance development. This is like a performance systems evaluation process for individuals. so that we will make them accountable by giving a projects for implementation percentage. We measure against the implementation at the end of the year, so that they will be given the increment based on the performance. That is the first question answers. So second is on Dinesh. Do you have separate time allotted for implementation of Kaizen during the day or month? It is not for the day, it is for the week. We allot 1 hour per week based on the Kaizen team request to the department and approval from my side, plant manager. We will allot 1 hour per week for doing this performance. And monthly, they will come and present the best Kaizens in the steering committee team. Thanks for the appreciation. Very nice presentation. I think I will hand over this presentation back to Preeti, so that Preeti can share this presentation across the participants, to all the participants. What is the valuation criteria for your Kaizen? Durai-Sami. So valuation criteria is, we have a standard process. Okay, we have a Kaizen steering team, and we have established a standard like cost savings, so and so, and impact on space reduction, impact on productivity improvement. We have a standard created for criteria. So the steering committee team will decide the Kaizens met the criteria or not, over the criteria or not. Then they will recommend for the reward and recognitions. How many person exclusively work for Kaizen? See, it depends on the Kaizen, first of all. If it's a simple Kaizen, definitely the same person who writes the Kaizen is the owner for implementing the Kaizen. Okay, and we have our HOS leader who will be facilitating for the entire Kaizen process for getting deployed. So it's one person facilitating for the Kaizen implementation follow-up, and based on the Kaizens, no full-time people are available for Kaizen implementation. It is part of the job, and it should be done between the time of 8 hours. So there should not be any separate people working for the Kaizen implementation. Do Kaizens invite investigations from the management for implementation? Yes, definitely. As I told you, as a Kaizen steering committee members, they will evaluate the Kaizens and then recommend the implementation requirements through management, and then get the approval and then go ahead. Shall we get sample material through mails? Yes, definitely. We will get the presentation pack through Preeti. Does the supplier share the benefits with Honeywell on implementation of Kaizens? We have not worked it. We are hoping that it will be good if you can share the benefit, because being a supplier of Honeywell, whatever they get the benefit, if it is going to reduce the cost of input materials, definitely it will be great for us. We will ensure these points. It's a valid suggestion. Thanks for that. Explain the little more on SGA. SGA is not as I told you, small group activities. Whenever a Kaizen which required a team to perform the activity, okay, small groups will be formed, okay, based on the Kaizen implementation requirement. For example, if your Kaizen required molding team member, assembly team member, maintenance team member, tool room team member, so four people from the each department will form a small group, and then they work on the Kaizen, and then they will complete the Kaizen, and they will present the Kaizen to the leadership team, and they will be rewarded based on the benefits. That's a small group activity based on the Kaizen Blitz events as well.
HOS also implemented in R&D
area. Yeah, next is HOS also implemented in R&D areas also. We have velocity product development. Okay, similar to HOS, we have separate process excellence for R&D, which our R&D is following. It's not part of HOS, but R&D has got their own enabler like velocity product development, where they incorporate all the new product improvements initiatives. I'm working in government industry, which are all our improvements could be catched as Kaizen. Is in include communication. See, in terms of government industries, I have much experience on that, so I can only suggest if it is a small incremental change from the current process, what you do, it is a Kaizen. Definitely it's a Kaizen, because it is going to change your process in terms of improving the output or improving the condition or improving the status. Definitely those kind of criteria will fall under Kaizen. And you can just think about a small change which is not as per the standard what we follow today, that is definitely followed as a Kaizen. How to begin Kaizen? See, change is always required for our area. For example, when we go and observe a process, okay, first of all think about, do we have a standard? Okay, if we say standard is yes, is there a scope for improving the standard? Then you think about suggestions for improving the standard from the employees who is working in that particular process. That becomes a Kaizen. So then work on the Kaizen and then improve the process and sustain the process and improve. So I think if you refer my slide 23, okay, I have just made a clear example of standard based improvement. When you do particular improvement, you should not stop at the particular area, because one improvement is completed, definitely there will be another place for improvement, next step. So think about how we can challenge the people working in that particular area to make them to understand what next to make the life very easy. How long it will take for cultural change? See, yeah, see, very important here is people. How fastly you make people engagement more and more people engagement, culture can easily spread across the site as early as possible. Because if you see our cultural change, it happens more than 2 to 3 years. We call it as PER, positive employee relationship, okay, where we study the people's mind, okay, and then we think about working on the improvement areas where people want change, then we'll improve the same. So we have 3 pieces called in HOS called OD, organizational development, where they will ensure the people has got right skill and knowledge, and people relationship with the immediate managers are there or not. So it's definitely a cultural change, requires some more time. And as early as speed of you just involve the employees with leadership support, that will make you to ensure the culture is being spread across the site very easily. What if a Kaizen is not being implemented for long time? Will HOS take an action? Yes, as I told you, the implementation commitment, if it is not met, that Kaizen will be put as red, and then it will be escalated to the next level. So that what kind of support is required and what kind of budget is required, or what kind of resource is required for completing the same. If anything we required external resource also, we will arrange and close it. What is the most demotivating factor for the Kaizen process to do down in a company? No response. For example, if an employee is giving a Kaizen, if you are not responding saying that it's a good Kaizen, or if an employee is not happy with the supervisor response on the Kaizen, which will be definitely very painful for the employee for rising next Kaizen. So you know that response is one of the powerful weapon to occupy a place in others' heart. So always give a response to you, who care of you. Okay, so employees are very key. So you need to take care of each and every employee suggestions as a valid input. Even though if the Kaizen is not good, don't say not good. Please encourage saying that thanks for your suggestion, and then we just discuss about how this Kaizen can be implemented. That's the approach, positive approach for people, to make them to contribute for individual, and always apply coaching principles. So who implements Kaizen session? As I told, it depends on the Kaizen. If the same person can implement, he is the owner of the Kaizen. If it requires cross-functional team, it goes to the cross-functional team. Or if it is a project Kaizen, it will be driven by the project team. Could you please share the PPT? Yes, I already told you. Priti will share it with all the participants. whether the simple Kaizen will be implemented by Kaizen team or self. It is by self, not by the team, because we don't want the team's time to spend. So simple Kaizens, definitely the Kaizen owners will implement with the support of the supervisor. Does the idea Kaizen get accepted if it does not impact the SQDC? Yes, I told you, even if it is not a business impact Kaizens, we will accept, because it may be definitely a impact required for change. Maybe ergonomics, maybe comfort on fibers, visuals, definitely this is all encouraged. Is there a separate team to drive Kaizen? So as I told, no separate team. Which function is increase more productivity? See, last year for us, tooling department is the champion for increasing the productivity. Maybe this year competition is very high. Maybe internal departments has got more focus on improving the productivity, because as I told you, this year our Kaizen Blitz team is improving the productivity, reducing the space by optimizing the resources and improving the processes. So there will be some tough competitions will be there. How do you treat the rejected cases? It's a great question. So thanks Dinesh for this question, because any rejected cases, definitely we need to go back to the employee saying that your Kaizen is rejected, okay, but in a very polite way, saying that thanks for your Kaizen, and because of this so and so reason. For example, if the Kaizen whatever is raised by an employee is not going to impact the requirements, or it is not going to impact the change in the process what he is following, we should say in a polite way, saying this, thank you for the suggestion. I think this suggestion can be in a better way. So we need to help the employee to understand, and then make him to think the idea can be in a different way, for that the next Kaizen can be approved. This is another way of opposite to coaching. Is the Kaizen okay? Similar questions. Can we elaborate on Kaizen audit methodology? Okay. See, Kaizen auditing is when we go for a Gemba walk leadership team, we'll go and ensure the productivity increase. For example, if an employee is given an idea and it is implemented to productivity Kaizen, we'll check the output of the particular line before and after, and we also check the history of the line, whether the improvement is sustained. Okay, and this improvement is captured in the standard work. Okay, and this improvement is part of the communication board to all the team members. So there are some auditing process through Gemba work standards, so that we will ensure the Kaizen is sustained. And the frequency is, as I told you, weekly once we go for a department, we select an individual department, and then we go and check the Kaizens. So on a rotation basis we do the auditing. Process improvement and process change can be implemented by operators for technical conditions. Process improvement, definitely operator can suggest to the supervisor, but if it is required engineering change, definitely the change will be discussed with the engineering team. As I told you, whatever we manufacture is all for export organization. So all our designs owned by our other colleagues from UK and US. So we will definitely take the Kaizen, and then most of the engineering Kaizen also we have accepted, because if it is going to impact the customer or a product usage, this will definitely get implemented through the help of the engineering team. What is meant by UDO? UDO is nothing but undesirable observations. Okay, for example, if you go and see a process which is not working as per the standard. For example, if you are going and seeing a machine, observing a machine which is supposed to work in a standard cycle time of 20 seconds, if the actual is working as 22 seconds or 24 seconds, which is not a right way of standard. So we capture as a UDO, undesirable observations, because it is going to definitely spoil your output. So this is also one of the UDO, and we will address that why this standard is not followed, what is the reason. So we will go into root cause analysis, and then we improve the same. Explain the steps involved in implementing one up. Sorry. How significantly Kaizen initiatives have contributed to employee engagement objectives? Any survey finding? Yes. As I told you, we have positive employee relationship survey where we have improved the score of communication with managers. Okay, and listening to ideas is one of the survey questionnaires. So listening to ideas, our score improved from 70 to 100%. Okay, so now the supervisor response is whenever they give an idea, supervisor listens and then take the idea as a good idea or bad idea. They will just listen and ensure that manager is giving the response to the employee, and also it is improving the continuous improvement process response to HS issues. So we have a process of survey. We also done it, and then we have seen the change in the survey scores. Explain the steps involved in implementing Kaizens of the supplier. And see, again it is purely become some supplier interest. Okay, we just called a few suppliers and we just shared the best practices to the suppliers, saying that we are ready to help. We have the process, we have the knowledge, we have the expertise. If you are willing to take our help, we are fine. And a small change definitely is going to big difference to the suppliers. Make them to understand, feel the taste, and then go to the supplier end. Also train the employees of suppliers, and then start doing the activity. We had a plan with one of the supplier, and they are really happy with the approach what we have done. See, if you have, you can drop separate mail. I will just share with you the process, Surinder. What shall be the minimum and cost for implementation? See, cost is, as I told you, it depends on the Kaizen. Okay, so we can't justify the cost for individual Kaizen because it varies individual to individual. From 50 rupees cruise to maybe without cost also we can implement with the available resource with our site. So cost is not the biggest challenge. You gave an example of savings on. Okay, yeah. Is the actual saving annual savings on? Yes. All the savings have been vetted by our financial. Before vetting by financial, we will not report the savings to the dashboard. So we have our OEF and we have our finance guys who is vetting the Kaizen's savings and then reporting to the finance directors. Can you provide few examples of Kaizen implemented R&D? Yes, I can. As left. Okay. Sorry. Do we need to allocate any separate budget for recognition? Yes, definitely. For recognitions, we plan prior year budgets for the next year. So, for example, last year I budgeted for this year. So definitely we have some process of budgeting for the coming years. So definitely reward and recognition is part of the budget. Maybe plus or minus 10% is allowed for our side. So it's not really planned. So is the Kaizen rewarded after the stabilization of the implementation change process? Yes. As I told you, all the project Kaizens we have control plans to ensure the process is sustained and improved. How to identify which processes require Kaizen? So it's a tough question, but the Kaizen is in all the areas. As I told you, it affects all the levels, all the processes. There is no specific process. Only we need to deploy Kaizen, or few areas not require Kaizen. Definitely we have opportunities in all the areas where we can do Kaizen. Is it advisable to incorporate Kaizen in terms of qualitative numbers as the qualitative numbers? Yes, we can, but also quantitative. It will be good for your management system to get the approvals. See, I think from the beginning of our Kaizen process, early days we used to get qualitative benefits, just a changing. Now we got the quantitative benefits. When we mature, the employees will also feel the change in the maturity of the Kaizen and then look for good Kaizens. Why you need 3 years for cultural change? It's a good question again. See, it is not today we change and tomorrow we can't able to sustain. We want to have a repetitive, consistent performance of Kaizen. That's why you see our number started 0, and now we are in 2 per employee per month implemented. So definitely it requires some time, and strong leadership support is also very much required for driving this, and employee engagement is also very key. Everybody should feel it is part of their DNA. Then only you can feel the culture is embedded across the site. So in many cases, people are not ready to change. During the time of change, employees get disturbed, and people are leaving the organization. How this can be fixed? Okay, see, very important area as I told is HOS, annual operating system, will ensure people not moving from the site because they know where they are going to go for the next 5 years. So we need to have a robust process to make people better to understand my career path is very clear in this organization, and also make people to believe that always change is for good. So then they can understand this is also a very important task for us. So every employee should have their own career path. If they understand that this organization is going to provide us, we will not move anywhere, and we should be open to share the things. Because for example, I am with Honeywell for 14 years. What made me to stay here is I know the career path where I was from last 5 years to here. Now again in the next 5 years where I am going to go, definitely I know. So we have to be very clear what plans we have, how we are going to move forward, and what kind of support you want to give for the team to stay in the organization. Kaizen need focus on only shop floor? No, it is definitely not only for shop floor. It is across the site, and even for the beyond the factory walls also. Very important is periphery areas. People will tend to leave the periphery areas of the site where we dump all the scraps. So we really give more focus on those areas because people will see the outside atmosphere is very pleasant to work in the organization. So Kaizen is not only for shop floor, it is for all the areas. What are the features? What are the features considered? See, for rejecting a Kaizen, we have again. I would say the steering committee will decide. We just established a standard. If it is not meeting as per the standard, this Kaizen will be rejected. Okay, standard is what? It's again. It is depends on the site. It depends on the business. It depends on the process. So you can evolve your own standards for rejecting the Kaizen so that it will not impact the employee. Very important. In a group Kaizen, who will be rewarded? Idea generator or the entire? See, in a group Kaizen, definitely the whole team will be rewarded. It is not the individual, because idea riser may be the individual, but the implementation required from all the team. So that is why we call us a team. The contribution will be from all the team members. So all the group members will be rewarded. That's why we have a separate criteria for team Kaizens, rewarding the whole group. Do it need a special soft track team to implement this project, or role of HRD? No, it's always cross-functional team driving the improvements, and also it is leadership responsibility to improve the implementation project, because leadership is the driver and employees are the contributors. So both has to have the accountability of implementing and working as a team. It is not HRD's role anyway. It is not a single person role, or it is not a HRD role. Please send your email ID. Yes, I will ask Preeti to share my email ID. We would like to know how many companies now participate in this event. So Preeti, you can send. Preeti will send that. What is RILE? RILE is nothing but rolling action item list. Whenever you have an issue, okay, that issue should be tracked in a format, okay, which the format contains what is the issue, what is the action you are going to take, who is going to drive that action, when is going to complete with PDCA checklist. So things to do list, that is the RILE action abbreviation, and it's a simple format which we will be using across the site. Wherever we go in our site, we will using this to make the accountability, okay, across the team members. Thank you very much for all your replies. The team here always impressed. Thank you. Thanks, Dinesh. No problem, dears. Do you think Kaizen initiatives leverage industrial relations in labor incentive units where employee engagement activities lead to institutional for results? Yes. To share with you, we have a strong union organization. So it is definitely going to help the Kaizen culture. Is HR involved in reward and recognition? Yes, HR is the person who will support for getting approval from the management team after my recommendations, and then you will arrange the certificates. You will organize the gift vouchers, and with the help of facilities team. Does the Kaizens are approved by finance? Yes. If it is a financially impacted Kaizen, definitely finance is part of the team, because in the Kaizen steering team, finance team member is also part of the steering team. What is the target to implement simple and complex ideas? See, as I told you, we have the set the standard of implementing the Kaizens priority one, which is easy to do and which is yielding high benefits, which will be done in 1 week time. And for a project Kaizen, it depends on the proposal from the team, Kaizen team, and the approval from the management for implementing the Kaizens. Please send this presentation. Yes, we will send it. Preeti will send it. Is the Kaizen idea is improvised by implementer? Who is to be rewarded, generator or implementer? It depends on the Kaizen, Maniandan, because few Kaizens implementer will implement, okay, and few will be the generator. Thank you. It was a wonderful session. Thanks to Surender. Thank you. Who are the part of Kaizen steering team? See, Kaizen steering team, again, it is a cross-functional team comprising from myself, plant manager, okay, HOS leader, operation leader, and utilities leader, okay, quality leader, and then HR leader, design team, okay, and also finance leader. So we have a strong Kaizen steering team, so that the decisions will be taken as and when the steering committee is meeting every week, weekly once. So I think all the questions I would answer with my experience. Once again, thanks for your participation and listening. If you have some more feedback or questions or something which you feel we can able to improve, please drop a mail to Preeti so that Preeti can share with us. And if you want any more details, Preeti will leave my email IDs, so you can contact me for further support.
Do the participants have any further questions, or can we close the session right now? Thank you, Mr. R. Satyanarayanan, to have come down from Honeywell for this wonderful session. We would be sharing the presentation with all the participants for your use. And anyone who wants to get in touch with Mr. R. Satyanarayanan can contact me in my email address. I will be sending his email address or any further contact details of Mr. Satyanarayanan to you. Thank you.
Thank you.